Welcome back. You're watching NSE Finviz powered by CNBC TV 18 Season 2.
As you said, so the investment can be diversified like SIP, mutual funds, insurance, whatever it may be. So that's what we did from the last 4-5 years back. We diversified in SIP some portion in the gold, some portion in kind of insurance tax saving plans, all those things. Certain investments like gold was really going out of our control, meaning it was not giving the return what SIP or some other investment like IFDs which are giving that. So should we just wait for certain investments which are giving a negative return, or should we unlock that money and put it in a newer thing which is giving at least a minimum return like FD or mutual funds which are giving?
Anil, basically that, yeah.
So sure, it is actually important for you to diversify, and the whole objective of having these different assets is that they work at different times. If you look at it maybe a couple of years back, gold would have been just skyrocketing. If you had gold ETF on your stock portfolio, it would have been the best performing stock. Okay, gold had its time based on certain factors. Again, now equity is the flavor of the market. So if you had started maybe 2 years back, 3 years back, while all the data was negative, this is the time when you unlock it.
Uday, when we were talking now while giving answers also to their questions, what is an SIP? People have used it, systematic investment plan, correct? But people very often confuse the SIP, mutual fund, equities. They sometimes use interchangeably. But what are they?
So SIP is in what we are very much used to is a recurring deposit. How does a recurring deposit work? Is some amount of money on a regular basis goes in and gets invested in a FD. To do a similar thing in a mutual fund, you use the concept of SIP, which is basically systematic investment plan. Now, just because it's an SIP and it's a mutual fund, it does not mean that all your money is going into share or equity market. You can pretty much do an SIP in any kind of asset class within the mutual fund space that is available. So let's say you want to build a corpus, which is a corpus which you can get available say at the end of the year. So let's say you have a holiday that you plan to do at the end of the year. You want to save say 10,000 rupees per month for the next 12 months, and say at the end of 12 months I should be able to liquidate that money and go. So you want something which is very safe, which is liquid, still makes you money which is slightly better than your savings bank and possibly comparable to an FD. So you do an SIP in a liquid fund. So you can basically do an SIP in anywhere. Why an SIP should be done is that behaviorally, if I told you that there is a commitment that you are already on, saying that okay, on 31st your salary came in, on 1st the money will get out from your bank account, then the chances are very high that you will actually save that money. If instead the plan was saying that no, I will call you at the end of the month and say whatever surplus you have left, why don't you invest that? It does not happen. When it happens automatically, like our PF deduction, we don't even realize, and after 5 years, 6 years, and you say, oh, I have got a PF balance. So an SIP works in that same mode, saying that it makes you a lot more disciplined. It keeps you focused, saying that no, this much saving has to happen every month.
But Anil, people would also ask, why a mutual fund? I mean, SIPs get it, but why can't I just go out directly buying equities on the Nifty or from the National Stock Exchange? Why should I go in and get into the hassle of a mutual fund? Because there are so many mutual funds. Again, that means now I have to decide which one to invest in. So why a mutual fund?
A mutual fund also, offers you the benefit of somebody monitoring it. Okay, if you are an expert and you are tracking stocks, you are able to pick stocks, look at industries, what is coming in, going out. If you have the time, then yes, definitely you can go and buy stocks. It would be cheaper, there is no fund management fee. But the point is, do you have that expertise and do you have the time to do it? And also the discipline. So if you do an SIP, it just happens automatically. You have fund managers looking at it and they are fighting with each other to actually deliver the best performance. It is visible. I mean, if you're doing it yourself, you may not even know whether you're making money or not. You tend to look at your best performing. This stock did very well, but the stock which actually completely went down, you would forget about it. So I think it's a whole lot of things, and it's definitely a good option for a common investor.
So would you suggest investment in NPS, National Pension Scheme? Another thing, how much you suggest investment in Mediclaim or the medical insurance?
Definitely, it's a good idea to use an NPS also because of the tax benefits that you have. Okay, so that what it does is you are deferring your tax, and you're putting it together at a time when you're at the highest tax rate, and you're probably taking it back as income at a time when it is low. The second good benefit of the NPS is also that it's a very low cost product. Okay, actually it's unimaginable. The cost of the product is really very low. So that's probably why not too many people are promoting it, but it's a good idea because it's a low cost product as well. And of course, don't overdo it, because one is when you get your money back, as per today's laws, it's taxable. Number one. The second is you may not be able to have the flexibility within to if you want 100% equity at one point of time when you are able to take risk, you may want to lower it to a very low one. You may not be able to take especially the higher levels of risk in your NPS.
The first things first is that it is always good to have a parallel medical insurance policy running along with your company group health. There are these new policies which have come up now, which are called super top-up policies, which basically add up to your existing health insurance policy, and after a period automatically convert into a regular policy. So that is one. Why increase the sum assured? I have a higher one. I think we all know the answer. I'm saying the hospitals have become 5-star facilities, and to that extent it charges accordingly, depending, and all of us know it. I'm saying your charges in the hospital depend in the room that you stay in. You stay in a general ward, you charge accordingly. You stay in a private room, you charge accordingly. So the expenses have pretty much kind of gone up.
This is NSE FinViz powered by CNBC TV 18. It's time for a very short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.